On the morning of February 16, 2003, security guards at the Antwerp Diamond Centre arrived at work to find something that should have been impossible. The vault, promoted as one of the most secure rooms on the planet, had been opened, cleanly, without triggering a single alarm. Inside, 109 of the 160 safe deposit boxes had been emptied. Diamonds, rubies, gold bars, cash in multiple currencies, and irreplaceable family heirlooms, all gone. The total haul, conservatively estimated at $100 million. Some experts put the real figure closer to $400 million because many of the victims couldn't report exactly what was taken. A significant portion of the gems stored here were off the books. The Antwerp Diamond Centre sat in the heart of the Diamond District, the most concentrated square mile of diamond trade on Earth. It processed roughly 80% of the world's rough diamonds, and its vault was supposed to be untouchable. What followed was one of the most baffling investigations in Belgian criminal history. The thieves left almost nothing behind. Almost. To understand why this heist stunned investigators, you need to understand what these men broke into. The Antwerp Diamond Centre's vault was protected by 10 layers of security: a combination lock, a separate key lock, a seismic sensor that would detect any drilling or vibration, a magnetic field detector on the door, a light detector inside the vault, a Doppler radar system, movement detection even through solid surfaces, and beyond those, heat sensors, security guards, keyed building access, and round-the-clock cameras. The building's own reputation was part of its security. No one had ever successfully robbed it. The diamond merchants trusted it completely. The thieves studied every single one of these systems, and then they found the gaps. The mastermind was Leonardo Notarbartolo, a charming Italian from Turin with a long history of jewel theft across Europe. For this job, he rented an office inside the Diamond Centre itself. He spent months, some accounts say over a year, posing as a diamond dealer. He paid rent, attended the building, made small talk with staff. He was building a map. During this time, he and his crew, known in Belgian criminal circles as the School of Turin, studied the vault schedule, the guard rotations, every entry and exit pattern. They identified a critical weakness: the vault's light detector, designed to trigger if the door was opened while the lights were off, could be neutralized. They taped over the sensor with a piece of aluminum foil before the weekend. Just foil. A multi-million-dollar security system had a flaw a child's art project could defeat. They also disabled the magnetic sensor by placing a spoofing device on it during the week, hidden in plain sight. The heist was set for a weekend, starting Saturday night and running through Sunday. No staff, no merchants, no witnesses. Notarbartolo and his crew entered on the night of February 15th. They brought a portable vault manipulator, specialized equipment used to decode combination locks through touch and vibration analysis, professional grade, targeted. Over the course of the night, they worked through the combination, used their copied key, and opened the vault door. Then, they systematically emptied box after box, diamonds sorted by the handful, gold bars wrapped in cloth, cash in envelopes. They worked quietly and efficiently. No explosions, no chaos, just professionals doing a job. By Sunday morning, they were gone. The alarms, which should have triggered half a dozen times, never fired. The guards completed their rounds and saw nothing. The cameras captured nothing useful. The crew had studied every angle. They loaded everything into vehicles and drove north, into the Netherlands, and then disappeared. Here is where the heist, as perfect as it was, began to unravel. Not from the inside, but from an extraordinary stroke of luck. A farmer outside Antwerp found a bag of garbage in the woods near his property. He opened it. Inside were diamond certificates, a partially eaten salami sandwich, DNA evidence, and receipts from the building. The crew had stopped to dump incriminating garbage. They chose the wrong location. Belgian investigators traced the certificates back to the Diamond Centre. They recovered DNA from the food scraps, cross-referenced it with criminal databases. It pointed to Nota Bartolo. He was arrested in Italy. Several associates were also picked up. They were tried and convicted. Nota Bartolo received a 10-year sentence. But there was a massive problem. The diamonds were never found. Not a single stone from the vault has ever been officially recovered. The gold, gone. The cash, gone. The jewels passed down through families for generations, vanished. Nota Bartolo later gave a controversial interview suggesting the heist was actually an inside job, commissioned by a diamond merchant for insurance fraud. He claimed he was hired as a patsy, and someone on the inside arranged for the security systems to fail. This theory has never been proven. It was widely dismissed by investigators, but the diamonds were never found, and that detail has never been explained. Where is $100 million in diamonds today? Diamonds are extraordinarily difficult to trace. Unlike currency, they carry no serial numbers. A stone can be recut, reshaped, and it becomes a different stone. It can be sold anywhere in the world, and it disappears into the global trade. Investigators believe the stones were moved quickly through the Netherlands and into unregulated markets, possibly South America, possibly the Middle East. Some researchers speculate the stones were sold within weeks at a steep discount to buyers who asked no questions. At 50 cents on the dollar for stolen gems, you still walk away with $50 million. The men who served their time returned to Italy. The money was never officially linked to them. The Antwerp Diamond Centre overhauled its vault. Those specific vulnerabilities no longer exist, but the diamonds are out there, in someone's ring, in someone's collection, possibly cut into pieces so small they're unrecognizable as part of the largest diamond heist in history. The Antwerp diamond heist remains, to this day, one of the most technically sophisticated and economically successful heists ever executed. Not because they had better weapons, or more people, or a lucky break, but because they were patient. They studied, they prepared, and they found the gap between what a system claims to do and what it actually does. The vault was promoted as impenetrable. It wasn't. It never is. If you want more stories from the edge of what's possible, from the people who looked at the rules and found a different way, subscribe to the Unsolved Ledger. A new episode drops every week.